And welcome back to Harrah's Lake Tahoe Live. This is for the World Bantamweight Championship for women. Kathy Long, Bakersfield, California, who is the current reigning World Featherweight champion, against Denise Taylor, the challenger here in this main event. 12-4 for Denise Taylor out of Kansas City, Missouri. We are just about ready for the introductions. Let's go up to our ring announcer, Les Kynette.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, kickboxing fans, let's get ready to rock and sock. Our next bout, 12 rounds. This for the Kick World's Women's Bantamweight Championship of the World. First of all, to my left, introducing, fighting out of the blue corner, wearing the blue suit, age 25, weighing in this afternoon at an even 120 pounds, a professional kickboxing record, 12 wins, 4 losses, no draws, and of those 12 wins, 2 via the knockout route. The WKA Super Bantam U.S. champion from Kansas City, Missouri, Sweet Denise Taylor. Sweet Taylor. And to my right, fighting out of the red corner, wearing the red and black, age 26, weighing in this afternoon at an even 120.5 pounds. A professional kickboxing record of 12 wins, 1 loss, 1 draw, and of those 12 big wins, 3 via the knockout route. She is from Bakersfield, California, the Kick World's Featherweight Champion, the Dancing Destructress, the Princess of Pain, Kathy the Punisher Long. Kathy Long. Your referee for this championship bout, Mr. Ron Mastis.
Fighters for the baby. Fighters, remember, 8 minimum kicks per round. When I say break, and the word is break, you break clean. If anything besides the fighter's feet touch the ground, you must stop the attack. Let's have a good, clean fight. Good luck to both of you. Okay?
Take a look at the physical stats. Denise Taylor with about a 2-inch reach advantage over Kathy Long. And other than that, they're right down the line. They're pretty even. You know, really, Kathy Long, though, has a lot of experience in bigger fights than Denise Taylor.
Absolutely. As we're about ready here for round number 1, scheduled for 12. And we should tell you, these 2 women have fought before, and Kathy Long won a unanimous decision over 7 rounds. There were some problems with the commission in California. Taylor felt that she was not treated fairly. And again, they're going right out for it, as Kathy Long will likely throw that back leg round kick behind her right hand. Denise Taylor, the southpaw, not as fast as Kathy Long, but certainly has game.
I think Kathy Long feels like she has something to prove here. She seems to be coming out and throwing everything harder than I've seen her in previous fights. I think she'd love to get this fight over with early.
Well, I think she understands something that is very clear to her and clear to me, too. The longer this fight goes, the harder it is on her reputation. This woman is a world champion. She's fighting somebody that she pretty much shut out the last time they fought. She should be able to knock this kid out, is what she's thinking. Denise Taylor, on the other hand, took everything Kathy Long had and wasn't particularly hurt. She feels like she's in great position to win this, as we see Taylor in the blue, Kathy Long in the black and red.
You know, it's a good opportunity, Dan, to talk about the equipment, though. With the men wearing pants, you don't see the shin pads that we're seeing the women wear, although the men are wearing the same type of equipment. These shin pads, as you can see, go all the way up to the knees, and they're designed to protect the opponent, because sometimes the shin will land on something like a round kick especially, and you can easily get cuts if you kick someone in the face with your shin.
And also, for those of you who are wondering, in terms of safety equipment, women are required in most states to wear breast protectors sewn into their tops, as are men required to wear cups as well. So safety where you need it, I guess, is the way to look at it. Again, this first round, no real damage done here. Nice left hand by Denise Taylor there, as Kathy Long, as you said, certainly sitting down on it, not using the speed so much as she's trying to sit down on the punches and get some power. Good right hand counter there by Kathy Long as Taylor works her on the ropes. Things we might talk about, John, real quick, is that Eric Nolan mentioned that Kathy should be aware of the kick lights because, again, it's been a long time since either of these women have fought, and that is Kathy Long scoring heavily on Denise Taylor there.
That was called a slip, but it looked to me like it could have been called knockdown, because she hit her over as she was leaning over, and it kind of, the force of the blow caused her to go down on one glove.
Again, Kathy Long is throwing all power techniques here as opposed to the speed that she normally employs. She really believes she can knock out Denise Taylor. Denise Taylor believes she cannot do it.
Good body kicked in by Kathy Long, just driving straight in. She's good throwing those back leg round kicks real solidly, and that'll sometimes pull the hands to the position to open up the middle of the body for something like a back leg front kick that comes straight.
What we have not seen yet from Kathy Long, and we expect to see it, and we expect to see it a lot, is a spinning back fist. That was very effective for her when she won the championship, and I know she plans to use it again.
She and Bonnie Canino hit each other with that spinning back fist, I bet about 40 times. As
and
you see
there we have our spinning back fist right there. A little high, but if it had landed, it would have hurt. There's a big left hook by Kathy Long, only a glancing blow, though, as Taylor worked away from it.
Kathy Long is starting from a little too far away. She needs to work her distance a little better. She's lunging from too great a distance. If she could work in, then those hands would be in line to be effective.
But again, there's a spinning back fist, and it landed, but Taylor keeps coming. Walks into a left and a right and a back leg round kick from Kathy Long, and Taylor seems to be leaning out over those punches a little bit and taking her own power away. As Long is landing, there's a little bit of an abrasion by the left eye of Denise Taylor there. It's a little red there. It looks like it might have received some punishment in that exchange.
Well, Taylor showed a lot of heart, a lot of desire, because she got hit with 3 or 4 real good, crisp shots and just kept them coming.
Well, Denise Taylor is going to show you no lack of desire ever, or no lack of heart ever. Kathy Long is not showing the speed. Again, she is looking for power techniques here. Till 12 right. This is for the Women's Bantamweight Championship of the World. Denise Taylor is coming forward.
Nice side kick there by Kathy Long to keep the pressure off of Denise Taylor. It's a good plan for her. She used that front leg and stick that body kick in there, the side kick. I think that'll work to her advantage.
Nice right off the ropes there by Denise Taylor as Kathy Long dances away. Kathy Long, the darling of the media, almost everywhere she goes. They call her the dancing destructress and the princess of pain and all kinds of craziness. They just call Denise Taylor Sweet Denise. Round number 3, Kathy Long in the red. And she is in the process of throwing that kick as she was hit, so they will call that a slip. And she comes in with the front leg kick. Taylor landing in the ribs there with a left leg kick. That kick is blocked by Taylor.
The reason that they called that previous knockdown and slip was because the kick landed in an unauthorized target area. It hit between her legs, which is not a target area, so consequently it doesn't count as a knockdown, even though the force of the kick is what caused her to go down.
And again, Kathy Long not doing the dancing that she is famous for. She is sitting down on the punches. She knows she needs a knockout here for the credibility of her record and her career.
Kathy's just lunging across there, trying to land the big left hooks and things. She needs to work in a little bit, not try to throw so many hard punches, throw a few lighter punches to set up something big.
And again, over there on the ropes, coming out of there with a kick to the ribs. Denise Taylor tries to spin. It is unsuccessful. As they move to the center of the ring, Denise Taylor in the blue, Kathy Long, the red and black.
Taylor having to lunge with her kicks now because she seems to be a little behind on kicking, and she knows that, and she's trying to rush and get in there and get her kicks made, and consequently she's not throwing really effective kicks.
First time we've seen Kathy Long try to go to the uppercut there, as she did a moment ago. It was unsuccessful, but that looks to me like something she could get back in as we're down to the end of round 3. Now Bill Superfoot Wallace throwing that famous left leg kick of his. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 or 6 there in a row. Hard to count, he's so fast. That will be the next fight up here. And certainly looking forward to that one. That guy is 45 years old, folks. I didn't look that good when I was 25. How about you?
I kind of look that way now.
Yes, I'll bet you do, John.
So if I have more hair. What do you mean that, Bill?
I cannot wait for that fight. It's going to be a dandy fight. Joe Louis, of course, the very first heavyweight champion ever. Joe Louis, really the guy who took this sport from the martial arts, the point fighting, into kickboxing. Bill Wallace following soon. Yep. They are great friends, but this is a fight, folks.
One of maybe the first American kickboxing bout was Joe Louis and Ed Daniels in Dallas, Texas, in a fight that Louis won by knockout. And it's the first time that
you were there as a young child,
I was there as a child, and it was great.
Round 4, scheduled 12. Kathy Long on your left in the red, throwing the big left hook at Denise Taylor in the blue. And again, Denise Taylor showing some fairly decent defense here, folks. There's a right-hand uppercut from Kathy Long that lands, and you see the abrasion, a little bit of a scrape next to the left eye as Long lands 2 shots, takes a left coming in, lands the left, escapes the left, and Kathy Long, again, controlling the action at this point in time, and again, looking for her spots. Kathy Long is clearly looking for the knockout here. She does not want this fight to go the distance. And referee Ronnie Mess is in there now telling Denise Taylor to get her kicks up. Again, neither one of these fighters is in any way likely to do anything illegal. That just results from distance changing while you're in the process of throwing. Kathy Long with a left and a right. Denise Taylor charges in with a left hand and hits her and goes underneath and again over the top. And Denise Taylor scoring a little bit in there.
This is Denise Taylor's best round so far. She lands a good back side kick and spinning back fist. Warning there because the spinning back fist hit a little high on the forearm, I believe.
And again, Denise Taylor, as we say, is not the least bit intimidated here. That spinning back fist lands mostly on the gloves. It did land with the forearm rather. And again, you can see that left eye of Denise Taylor with a little bit of an abrasion there. Long rushing in, throwing the right to the belly, throws the right. And again, Taylor has her on the ropes and is scoring in there.
Warning there issued to Kathy Long for holding and kicking. She kind of latched on to Denise Taylor in Rio de Janeiro, let Ronnie Mestis know about it in no uncertain terms over here.
Well, and let me tell you, too, folks, the reason why was because Rio de Janeiro was over here in the corner yelling at the referee, letting him know that was happening, and that got the referee's attention. Inside of 5 seconds in this, the fourth of a scheduled 12.
39-37.
Kathy Long in the red, Denise Taylor the blue. Kathy Long with the spinning back leg round kick there.
One of those.
On Denise. You know, if I just keep mentioning kicks, one of them will be the right one here. But again, Kathy Long fighting a fight that is not what we're used to seeing as she scores well into the ribs there. Kathy Long knowing that she needs a knockout here career-wise. This is somebody she beat in 7 rounds earlier in a unanimous decision, and she feels that at this point in time she should be able to knock the kid out. Takes the side kick from Denise Taylor coming in. That took the force off of her right hand.
I keep mentioning the distance that they're fighting at. It seems like to me that Kathy Long would be advised to try to close in another 4 or 5 inches prior to stepping across with her hand.
You know, it's interesting because Kathy Long does a lot of very good work inside, a lot of body work inside when they're up close, and she is not really making the effort to get in there. Again, that kick she started, and Denise Taylor moved away. 2 kicks there by Long that miss, and as Taylor charges, Denise eats 2 and throws 3 more that Kathy Long hits, and now they exchange on the ropes.
Denise Taylor's going to need to get some kicks. She's kind of shorter on the kicks right now. And her kicks really haven't been effective. She has a tendency to follow kind of automatic. She throws a back leg round kick, and then she just kind of turns and throws the back leg kick afterwards. That really isn't a good way to do that. You need to throw kicks because they need to be thrown, not just because you want to throw them.
I also wonder, John, if maybe Kathy Long does. Oh, good right hand by Kathy Long. And Denise Taylor just comes in. That punch did not hurt her, as Denise Taylor still needs a couple of kicks in there. The right and the left by Taylor in the corner. She scores well into the ribs and underneath, but she needs some kicks. Right hand out of there by Denise Taylor.
Good round kick then by Denise Taylor.
Denise still needs one more, and she's taking kicks and a left hook from Long. Long lands with that left hook. Taylor underneath with several punches.
Long up by 2, 49-47. I felt that last round was an even round. So really, Denise Green seems to be doing a little better as this fight wears on.
Well, you know, Denise Taylor was convinced that she did not get beaten up all that badly in this last fight. Kick there that comes in low, and Kathy Long will take some time to recover. Denise Taylor was saying she didn't really feel that she got that beat around in the last fight, and she felt she learned the things it would take for her to be able to beat Kathy Long. At this point in time, you know, we're in the 6th round here, and she's 2 points off of it. So still certainly in this fight, John.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, she's got a good chance to win this fight. Had a little break there with a low kick that gave Kathy Long a little time to recover from.
And again, as they exchange kicks, Kathy Long, I wonder if she ought not to be a little bit more aggressive in this effort for the knockout. She seems to be standing waiting for Taylor to come in to try to counterpunch. And you wonder if she might not ought to launch some action of her own. That back leg round kick, as she moves in with a right uppercut there, but it has no effect. The left hand by Denise Taylor that shook Kathy Long's jaw a little bit. Long comes right back with the back leg round kick and another to the ribs. And that will be a slip.
Once again, the kick landed a little bit low on Taylor. Good
right hand by Kathy Long, and that one shook Denise Taylor. She's hurt a little bit in there, and she's holding on. Taylor is in a little bit of trouble right here, it looks like. And Long can't get away from her, just laying some punches.
That was an excellent job.
Back leg round tap to the ribs.
That was an excellent job by Denise Taylor to kind of cover up and lean and keep Kathy Long from being able to press the advantage that she had with that big punch.
And again, Denise Taylor, a very experienced fighter, lands the left hand in response to Kathy Long. And Dancing Destructress just moving away there. Denise Taylor saying, come on, let's fight. That kick is blocked by Denise Taylor. And that left, and that right, and another left by Denise Taylor landing as Kathy Long, certainly not hurt by those punches, but those are scoring punches. Right hand again by Kathy Long, and Denise is shaken again as Long needs to get off of her and throw some punches and isn't doing it. It almost appears that both of these fighters are dead tired at this point, and you would hope they'd have trained for 12 rounds here.
I think that they're both tired, but I don't think that they are from lack of training at all. I think they're both in shape for this fight.
Denise Taylor in blue. This is for the World Bantamweight Championship. Referee in your ring there, Ronnie Maestas. Pernell Whitaker in the white hat at the ringside just beside Denise Taylor's leg there. He's fighting next Saturday. That back leg round kick into the high ribs doesn't really hurt you, but it does wear you down.
Seems like both fighters are taking a little bit of a break, at least early in this round.
Quick right hand by Kathy Long there follows with a kick that moves Taylor back. But again, Taylor does not appear to be hurt in this round.
Long looks like she's stalking and trying to pick her shots a little more carefully. I'm sure that hitting with the right hand in the last round is causing her to want to do more of that. She'd like to land that big right again.
Absolutely. She's kept off with the kick there, but she's going to need to follow up with more than one punch. She's going to have to throw 3 and 4 punch combinations to get Denise Taylor out of there. This is a tough kid, Denise Taylor.
Absolutely.
Inside a minute here in round number 7 of a schedule 12. Left hand there, a glancing blow high up on the head of Denise Taylor. It scores, but does not do damage. Those are all blocked by Taylor.
But you can hear the power of those kicks from both of these fighters. They're absolutely slamming those round kicks into the lower rib area, and they're just keeping their elbows tucked in there nice and tight to protect against it.
And that side kick is a defensive weapon when she sees Kathy Long about to throw that jab. And again, Denise Taylor is going to have a point taken away for a low kick. Denise Taylor loses a point for a low kick on that one. And boy, I have to wonder about that one. That might just be a little bit too soon. I'm not sure, John. What do you think?
Well, you know, she's been warned, I think, twice for low kicks. And so really Ron Maestas he's right to do that if he's warned her twice, and then she keeps landing the low ones.
Both fighters have executed their required 8 kicks. They can now do whatever they want to do in there. As a front kick by Kathy Long ending the round.
And she gets in underneath that knee, lands that kick low, and she kind of delivered it low to begin with. So I think that was not a bad call on Ron Maestas. You hate to see anyone get penalized for any kind of infraction, but sometimes that's what you have to do.
Round number 8, and as we start, Ronnie Maestas again telling Denise Taylor to keep her kicks up. Kathy Long looking over here and winking, saying that she's got a hold of this thing as she dodges a couple of punches from Denise Taylor. Again, Kathy Long out of her normal fight pattern here, knowing that she needs a knockout. And frankly, the longer this fight goes, John, the more you wonder about Kathy Long's power. That cuffing left hand as Taylor comes in, but no real damage. That right hand landing high. The uppercut in there landed as Kathy Long is starting to get a little bit. She's sitting down on her punches a little bit more, John.
Well, you know, typically in all fighters, you see fewer knockouts in the lighter weight class. They're both lightweight fighters, 120 pounds. There's not as much power. The bigger fighters are going to score more knockouts.
That round kick was blocked. The right hand by Kathy Long lands behind her to get on the ropes. Taylor working the ribs, and Kathy Long trying to get inside. Taylor won't let her. And again, Taylor scoring with a couple of punches there on the ropes. That one blocked.
Well, Kathy Long looks very confident. She really does.
And that'll be called a slip. That one actually landed on the posterior of Denise Taylor as she had a leg up to kick herself when she got kicked.
Kathy Long also was shoving her away as she threw the kick, and she went down from the push more from the kick.
I will tell you this. This is the most purposeful I have seen Kathy Long. She has a tendency to lose a little bit of control under the pressure of these big fights. She has had in the past. She has not done that here, so we know she is learning as she goes along. Denise Taylor certainly has learned from their last fight as she is giving a much better account of herself here against Long. Inside of 10 seconds now in this round 8 of a scheduled 12.
The Long's fight against Bonnie Canino was a very, very close fight, and I think she was a little panic-stricken all through that fight. She has to feel more in control here.
Taylor in the blue, and how do you have it scored at this point, John?
I've got Kathy Long up by 5 points, 79-74.
Solid left hook there by Kathy Long on the exchange of kicks. Kathy Long landing a good left hook. And a good left hook by Kathy Long, but she goes down, and they will call that a knockdown. She was, in fact, throwing a punch, and she was hit while she did it. She was knocked down. The crowd is not very happy about it. Ronnie Maestas says, look, I know you're not hurt. He said it to her. He said, but you went down. So that's a knockdown there. It does not necessarily have to be a 10-8 round on the judges' scorecards, however, as some people believe. That's a myth. Kathy Long, this might be what motivates her. Denise Taylor, of course, you would expect to be following up a little harder off that knockdown.
No, you know, Dan, I absolutely agree that you don't have to score a knockdown round 10-8. Some people do that, and I think that's silly because if you win the round and then all of a sudden you go down on a flash like that, and she was not hurt, you give some credit for the knockdown, but you don't flip-flop an entire round based on an ineffective knockdown.
Yeah, absolutely. We've seen that happen with Troy Dorsey against Jorge Paez in the past, and frankly, it can be used as a form of robbery, and has been in that particular fight as an example. Not expecting that here, however. That will be a slip as Kathy Long was executing a kick and she got caught coming in.
We got people over the side counting. They wanted it to be a knockdown.
Well, you know, part of it is that if the folks at home are not aware, because you're up on one leg with your balance kind of precarious when you get kicked like that, you're going to fall down a lot more. It doesn't mean you've actually been hurt or knocked down. It just means you were off balance when you got caught, and so they don't call that a knockdown.
This is a pretty good round for Denise Taylor. She's, you know, with the knockdown and with the fact that she's landed some other points during the course of this round.
Kathy Long mugging a little bit now, dancing, trying to invite Taylor to come in and fight. Throws the left hand and lands it, but does not counter that lunge by Taylor. And you wonder what Kathy Long is with 12, 10, 11, and 12. There are 3 rounds left for Denise Taylor to, at this point, we would guess, have to score a knockout, or at least do some pretty serious damage in these last 3 rounds. And again, Denise Taylor there with a low kick. Certainly not intentional, we can promise you that.
Well, sometimes the other fighter contributes to that. They kick at the same time, and their leg gets on top of yours, and it drives it down.
Kathy Long answers the spinning back fist. Neither one of those probably were thrown in places where they should have been thrown. Now Kathy Long with a more aggressive kick as she begins to move forward a little bit. She had been waiting for Taylor throughout this fight. Now she is beginning to be the aggressor more, sensing that perhaps Taylor is tired.
Well, both fighters getting a little messy there, a little leaning, a little pushing. You don't see that in the early stages of a fight. It's starting to happen here a little bit.
That scrape next to Denise Taylor's left eye is reddened a little bit, but it is not opened up. It's Kathy Long now dancing around a little bit inside of 1 minute here, round 10 of a scheduled 12. Dan Walker along with John Worley, live from Harrah's in Lake Tahoe. Greatest night of kickboxing ever on pay-per-view, and we're glad you're with us on this historic night.
You know, Denise Taylor really doesn't have a very good jab to lead in her hand. She just steps in there and takes a big front step, and that's why Kathy Long's been able to step inside with her rear hand. And she's landed that punch consistently as a counter punch, but Denise Taylor takes her big right foot step.
And again, there are a couple of kicks that Kathy Long just moves away from. Kathy Long getting some frustration in her corner. Eric Nolan angry at her for not stepping inside and countering that. And again, a little do-si-do there. Ronnie Maestas, your caller, ladies and gentlemen. That kick there blocked by Kathy Long as we are inside 5 seconds of round 10.
Of Denise Taylor, and that hurts. Boy, those spinning back fists come around at about a zillion miles an hour, and you don't like it when it hits you on the ear.
Absolutely.
You don't like it when it hits you on the face or anywhere else.
My mom used to hit me on the ear with those from time to time. My mom was watching. She never did it to hurt me, just to straighten me out, and I deserved it every time, too.
Sure.
Kathy Long in the red as we start round 11. Denise Taylor, her back to you, now on the right of your screen in the blue. Trailing in this one, and you would almost think Taylor will need a knockout to win this fight, and she has shown us no evidence whatsoever that she is capable of doing that. Kathy Long, on the other hand, takes that kick right in the face and says, yeah, you got me, nice move.
Well, again, the pace of this fight has really slowed down a lot now in the latter stages. You'd think that Taylor would be coming out and trying to really put a lot of heat on Kathy Long, but she hasn't really done that.
You would think, and you would think that Kathy Long with the big left hook there goes into the middle now with a round kick, but does not follow up. Again, stands on the outside and takes the big left hook from Denise Taylor. Now underneath with the right hand, and Taylor is working on the ropes against Kathy Long and scoring. Two good kicks.
Rio de Janeiro over here telling Denise Taylor to stay closer to her, and I agree with that. She needs to be in a little tighter so she can land the left hand, because she doesn't really throw a jab. She rarely ever sticks the right hand or the front hand out.
Big leg hook from Kathy Long, big spinning back fist from Denise Taylor, both missing. Inside 50 seconds in round number 11. The good stiff left jab from Kathy Long. Denise Taylor says, "Nah, that didn't hurt me." And again, ducking away from that, Kathy Long's glove touches the ground, so they will stop now for some equipment repair, as these foot pads and shin pads can sometimes come loose from their taping. Frankly, I would think those would be terribly uncomfortable.
Yeah,
there's a good round kick by Kathy Long into the ribs, and Denise Taylor just keeps coming. Earlier in the fight, Kathy Long with a couple of very hard right hands that shook Taylor, but did not follow them up. Taylor, a very tough young woman here, waits there and throws the left in behind those two kicks, again pushing Long into the corner. Working inside as we're under 5 seconds in round number 11. The one thing you are seeing here, ladies and gentlemen, is a statement being made about women in this sport, and don't be mistaken about it. These two women are giving it up well here, and they're fighting, and they are great athletes. Anybody who disputes that is not watching the same fight we're watching here at ringside. And again, I don't know what that was. And I don't think I want to know either.
like the Lone Ranger just rode through here.
I know we're not in California, so it can't be an earthquake. That's all I really care about, to tell you the truth. Go. Actually, that's not true. We're less than a half a block from the state line here. Maybe I spoke too soon.
That's right. We'll be talking about that.
And again, Kathy Long not being the aggressor here. Good uppercut there by Long, and a right underneath by Taylor.
Both fighters are really getting tired now, and so they're getting a little bit off target with their kicks and their punches. They're still throwing them.
Now they're going to call that a slip, and I have some questions about that one.
Yeah, you wonder
I wonder if that punch might, or that kick might not have been a knockdown. It certainly looked like the one where Kathy Long was penalized in the knockdown. Stiff left jab by Long, another left hook. Taylor throws a hook coming out, it misses. Ronnie Mestis again warning Denise Taylor for low kicks. As we come into the end of this fight, Denise Taylor, who needs a knockout to win, is not going to get it. Kathy Long lands a good round kick into the ribs. You can hear Denise Taylor lose some air on that one. Good left hand by Kathy Long, and another left, and she's not following it up. I will never understand, John, how you hit somebody 2-3 times like that and don't go for it.
Well, it's not all that easy, Dave. I tell you. Well, it is easy. It's not all that easy. From here, it's easy.
From here, it's easy. But the whole focus of this for Kathy Long was the knockout, and on 3 or 4 occasions tonight, she's had that opportunity and has not taken advantage of it. But clearly the winner, as you can see the crowd getting up and giving it up here for these women fighters, because they put on a great show here. Ring announcer Les Kynette. And the crowd gives it up, as well they should. This has been a dandy fight. No two ways about it. As we await the decision there, you can see Kathy Long, who is, I'm sure, disappointed with herself as they're taking the gloves off. Her stated intention here was not met. Denise Taylor, while she lost the fight, I'm thinking, has to feel better about herself because she stayed a lot closer and gave a much better account of herself, having never gone this far before.
Yeah, I think she did, but I don't really think Kathy Long should feel bad at all. She fought a very intelligent fight. She scored well. She was really in control the whole time. And, you know, it shows up as a win. She'd love to have the knockout, sure, but she still is winning the fight, and she's dominant in this division.
Well, let's go find out the result of this fight as we hit our ring announcer, Les Kynette.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, kickboxing fans, we have a decision. What a barn burner that was. The scores by our judges. Keith McDonald scores the bout 117 to 111. Judge Doug Tucker scores the bout 117 to 110. Judge Jim Butin scores the bout 119-113. Unanimous decision, new super bantamweight champion, Kathy Long. Kathy Long.
Well, Kathy Long now holds 2 world titles, the featherweight and the bantamweight championship here in